seconds.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Phillip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent, who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball in the backfield.
Up 2nd and 9.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Block working out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete.
Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target.
And it's 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 49 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Shotgun snap and again to Lindsay. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The loss of 2.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And a short return to the 6-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
51, South! Hey, Tuesday.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
39-yard line.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 4th down, the Falcons trot out the rookie punter from Syracuse, Sterling Hoffrichter. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
He's brought
up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
Okay, great.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Ball carrier.
Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
15-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Broncos nothing.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First down, Denver.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Lock on the give, it's Lindsey.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
He's brought down.
Grady Jarrett on the tackle there. Remember how he emerged in the Super Bowl against New England? Continues to step his play up. Was a Pro Bowler for the first time after 2019.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
Shotgun snap to Locke. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
To Melvin Gordon.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. At the 19.
On 2nd and 12. Locke.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
A gain of 9.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. From the gun, Locke. Escaping the pressure right. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Here we go.
Throwing again. Ryan. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Locke with a quick throw out to Judy.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Locke trying again after the pick 6. Flush to his right.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
3rd and 11.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack.
Operating from the gun. Locke. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
In punt formation for the Broncos.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
A gain there of 21 yards. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
6-yard line.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Operating from the gun, Ryan being chased out left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Ryan, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
20-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
That's good for 28 yards.
Broncos first down.
Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Tackled at the
well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than
and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Broncos 11.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a first and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The stop made by
the big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again they run with Gurley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Gain of 14. First down, Denver.
Lock now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lock. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. And now it's 3rd down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Falcons.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for. 3rd down here.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Locke. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do give 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Todd Gurley, the ball.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
29-yard line. Partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
There's a run there by Todd Gurley. We all know he's looking to rebound from the least productive season of his career. And I think Atlanta presents him a great opportunity to do just that. They'll use him really well running it as well as catching it out of the backfield.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
The ball carrier.
It was Devontae Harris who got him down.
12-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 5 now. Ryan. He's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Falcons 21.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
The Broncos on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Third down.
Operating from the gun. Block. He'll find Lindsey here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Flushed out right. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Locke gets it to Gordon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know people see Philip Lindsey's role in Denver changing a bit with the arrival of Melvin Gordon, but I think Gordon's going to be more of an enhancement for Lindsey. Maybe he won't carry it as often, but now he'll be much more effective as a two-headed monster in the backfield. Both of them can run it inside, get to the perimeter, and catch the ball in the backfield and move the sticks.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. First target, first catch, and a first down. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Extra point.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game at 21 apiece. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Ryan, his throw incomplete. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. But now it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. It's caught. Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Gurley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Rush in.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
38-yard line.
On first down, it's Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Ryan. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it? And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Broncos take over 1st and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okuebuna was the target there, and that'll make it 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Koo now for the point after. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Sterling Hockrichter to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The ball carrier.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Today's final score, Falcons 42, Broncos 21.